Hello, good people of the internet. This is Alex.
And this is Kyle.
We're making a little video here to kind of show off what we've done over the past year. We founded AbstrAKT Games a year ago today, on July 14th, when we released our first game. And we wanted to go through what we've done, what games we've made over the past year, and kind of give descriptions of all of them and where we were and how we felt when we were making them.
Yeah, it's really cool to look back and see what we've done and how far we've come.
Yeah.
And we want to share that with you guys and show how we feel about the games we've made.
And hopefully a lot of the things that we've done have been inspired by games we've played or people that we look up to in the industry. And you'll probably see that through some of the games. You'll probably see references like either art style or content. And mainly, we want to show this stuff off because hopefully, someone else can be inspired by just seeing how you can progress from making a game like we'll show our first game, Demonic, and how that looked, to Protein Pirates now. So it's really good to see, and it's really motivational I think to see how people make progress when doing something that you just work at and you get better.
We'll also show you some mistakes we've made, because we all make mistakes.
Yeah, nothing we've done is perfect, and I think that's a really good point to make as well, that it takes time to get everything right. And, like Kyle said, we'll illustrate some failures that we had as well. Anything else you want to say about... I think, yeah, that's it about the introduction of what we're going to do. We'll start off with our first game, Demonic, here in a second, and you'll kind of see where we started and how much we sucked at the beginning of all of this, but
definitely.
Hopefully enjoy the video.
This is Demonic. Absolutely no relation to Grandma's Boy, which a lot of people think there is.
I didn't even know existed at the time that we made this, but that's me.
We just started this game. I approached Alex with an idea for like a dodge and avoid game, and I wanted to spend a couple weeks on it and just try to get our first game out there, really something simple. We ended up spending about 1 to 2 months on this.
Somewhere around there. Yeah.
We just kept on adding content. We added items, and then we added like a boss fight at the end, and
which no one's seen.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's gotten to the boss fight besides Alex. I mean, I haven't even gotten to the boss fight. As you can see, we had a really simple design.
The best part about it, I think, was the animations. I mean, there's not even the sounds for anything that happens. It's pretty sad. But
so this was written in ActionScript 3 and drawn in Flash.
Yep. The first and actually no, was it the only Flash game we did?
No, the next game, Icarus, was in Flash as well.
It was. I mean, we were so excited when we released this with it because we thought that it was so amazing at the time that we actually got something out there, that we put our skills together and made this wonderful game. Wonderful in quotations.
When we reached our first 1,000 views on Newgrounds, it was like,
yeah,
we were like excited, we were nervous, we were like, oh my god, 1,000 people have seen something we've done. And I think up now it's about 5,200 views, so it hasn't gone far, but
this is the starting point. I mean, this is where we were and when we first started our journey, so hopefully this gives you some sort of contrast between what we'll show you later. Now it's time for Project Icarus. Project Icarus was a pain in the ass. Project Icarus was, Kyle programmed it in Flash and I actually made all the art in Photoshop, so it was like pixel art and in Flash IDE. So that was really difficult importing all of the assets in, I think, for Kyle. But this was our first game jam, and we were all high and mighty about it. We thought we were the best ever, and we went there with such high hopes that we were going to win, and everyone was going to love the game, and we ended up very sour at the end of it when we didn't win anything at all. But I think in retrospect, it obviously isn't that great of a game, hence why we never released it. This is the first game we didn't release, actually.
Yeah, the theme was stealth, so as you can see, we kind of put in a 2-step. You just hit E and you can go stealth mode, and then you can attack stealth enemies. And we had some odd mechanic where as you killed enemies, you got your orange power bar increased, and that made your shots better.
But then if you're stealth, it drains it.
And yeah, we had no idea why
Like,
we
what?
did that.
I don't know what's going on. But yeah, we thought we had something here, like a gold mine. Like we were gonna take this and actually remove the stealth mechanic from the game jam completely, and we were gonna make our own game where, you know, your run-of-the-mill space game, you fight in space, you get upgrades, all that kind of stuff. So after the game jam, we were, like I said, we were sort of disappointed, but we didn't, for some reason, we didn't let our intellect take over. We more used our ego, and we thought, you know, we need to make this a better game, and we need to show people what we can do. So we started development on an actual full version of Project Icarus, and what we got was pretty much a menu system, a really nice menu system.
Yeah, this is it.
This is it right here. So as you can see, the art's much better. The flickering of the screen, Kyle programmed all that, and it's really cool because I believe it's random every time that you go out, so everything will flicker off and on. And the menu's beautiful. And this took us how long?
I think about a month or two.
Yeah, about a month or two to make the menu. And
but
then we got to this part where this is our gameplay, and I say that very
we basically spent 2 months working on a menu, not thinking about how we wanted the game to play.
Yeah, we got to this point and we were just like, yep.
So that's one of our big mistakes.
Yeah, we scrapped this really quick, and that was the end of Project Icarus.
Alright, this is Blox, not to be confused with Google Chrome.
Whoops. This was our second game jam that we did. This was right after Project Icarus, actually, so we wanted to... like I said, we were kind of sour last time from Project Icarus, thinking that we were, you know, these amazing developers when it was our first game jam game we ever did, so we wanted to really show them what we were about in this one.
We started off with like a Bejeweled kind of theme where you have the connect 3 in a row and it clears the blocks. We added in like a push and pull mechanic, which is the little energy bars on the left and the right. So you could pull blocks in and it would double the score you'd get from a chain. Or you could push away blocks if you didn't want them, or you could push away these dead blocks, which have no purpose but to mess you up.
And the object of the game was to get as many points as you can, and then not let your blocks outside of that orange box around your center block. If that happens, then you would lose. So it was just a score attack game, and
I think we did really well on it. We felt great about the product. Again, I don't think we really had any ideas at the end of this game jam, so we actually wanted to make a full version of this game as well, and we began work on that. We decided we would have like a couple more game modes, and we wanted to just make like an achievement system for no reason. Like we just wanted to bloat this thing out.
Yeah. Well, because everybody's played Tetris, everybody's played Bejeweled, and nothing really changes when you play the game. Every playthrough you go through, it's the same game. You just go for points. So we wanted to introduce things where you would get different perks. Like if you see the side that says blocks on each side, those are going to be your perks you could get. So you could do special things like maybe a Nova that would clear out blocks off the screen, things like that. So, but what we ended up with was another good menu.
Yep.
Just like Icarus. We have an amazing menu. We put about 2-3 weeks of work in the menu. It looks beautiful.
The achievement system works.
The achievement system works, but we just didn't see any depth to the game modes. Like once we actually realized that it is just a score-based game. Like even with these other implementations, it was just a score-based game. So again, a project we probably should have dropped after the game jam, but we got obsessed with the idea and spent 2 weeks making a menu. Lacuna is my favorite project we've worked on so far. For some reason it has a lot of sentimental value to me, I'm not sure why, but it's just an extremely beautiful game. It's very short, it's very to the point as far as what it is, but it's an experience in itself, and I think this is the turning point for us when we started to realize that we could eventually make something that was worth being a full game. And for me, this was the part where I started to get that confidence in my art, so that I went from just a hobbyist of making these game jam games to like, hey, look, like I can actually make something that is of worth of value to me, and not worrying about what other people thought about the way the games look, just kind of the intrinsic value. So for me, at least, this was the big turning point in making a serious career out of game development.
This was the third game jam we did. This is the first game we actually won awards on. We won Best Art, Best Use of Theme, Best Polish, and then overall we won the game jam, which our friend Buddy Powell made up, and that was for saying the theme the most in our demonstration, and the theme was space, and I think Alex said it like 13 times in the presentation.
Yeah,
it was ridiculous.
Yeah. But yeah, this is really like, I don't know, this game is extremely beautiful. If you have not played it, go to GameJolt.com and just search for Lacuna.
We'll probably have links in the
we'll
description for every of these games.
2 minutes of your time, but I think it's a beautiful 2 minutes, and I think that this is a real testament to games as art. There's a lot of games out there that portray, you know, not so much the artful aspect of it, but this is really a game as art.
Now it's time for Protein Pirates. We're going to start with a version you might have not seen. This is the 48-hour version. We actually won the Indie Speedrun 2012 with this game. We got the grand prize, which gave us enough confidence to finally make our first full version game. And if you've been following us on Facebook or Twitter, you've seen that we're actually working our hardest on this, and we have more than just a menu. We actually have beautiful gameplay. A lot of people like it. We like it. And it's actually going to be really cool. We're going to show you the contrast between the new and the old art. So this is the old art. For us, this looks completely different. It looks too simple. It looks very washed out. It's kind of hard to see what's going on, like the blood cells.
But yeah, look at the middle blood cells there on that background color. You can barely even, I don't know what I was doing.
So even us looking back, I mean, we made this about September, I think, of last year.
This game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, actually it was November, because
November, yeah.
Yeah, the actual judging was in December, I believe. And, oh no, it was in
February.
The deadline was December, yeah. And so we made it in November, at the end of November, and I think we finished it like December 10th. Submitted the game, and then we had to wait 2 months to figure out if we were going to win or not. So we were like in this limbo of game development where we weren't really sure what we were going to do. But as soon as the verdict came back, I mean, that was probably the most significant moment of any game development we've done so far. It was amazing to see the response to the game.
Yeah.
We were both kind of like
blown away. Like, did
we actually really just win something?
Yeah. The night before they announced it, I don't think we both slept.
Yeah, we were up for.
And then I got awoken to Alex saying, "We won!" And I was like, still asleep.
Yeah, he's like,
so I
what?
thought I was dreaming. And then I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, it was, and you know, I think this time we actually have, like I said before, we have started games and tried to continue them when we didn't need to, but this is one that I think we actually has a good flow to it. Here you go. Here's the contrast between then and now. So,
not only do we have a cool menu system.
Yeah, we have, and then this codex, which is awesome, which has all the information, and then you have a full organ menu. So, and just the art alone, I think, is leaps and bounds beyond what it was before. You can actually see what things are. You can actually understand, like, oh, you're inside of a body, instead of thinking you're. I don't even know. I don't even know where the first one takes place. I don't even know.
People think it's extremely vaginal, so I think we just go with that.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine with me. But yeah, I mean, the development of this so far is very fluid too. Like, we're coming up with ideas, and they actually make sense in the universe of the game, and they're actually. The game's fun to me. As soon as we add things, I'm excited to play it. I'm excited to try it out, and that never happened before with the other games. The other games we wanted to try to prove ourselves in a way that we didn't need to, I think. So this is definitely something we want to invest a lot of time into, and I think it's gonna I think people are gonna like it a lot. I hope so, anyways.
Besides redrawing the old antibodies, we've added a lot of enemies, and they're kind of specific to where you are in the body, so as you go through the body, you'll have different enemies. The stomach's very acid-based, so you see a lot of acid in the background, you see the acid dripping from the ceilings. We're trying to create an environment with each organ, and hopefully noticeably different mechanics.
From the previous one, yeah. But yeah, and hopefully this is I mean, you can see from the very beginning of Demonic where we started and where we ended up now. And, I mean, anybody can do it. You just got to try. You just got to sit there and give it effort. And the longer you do something, the better you're going to get. So if you're thinking about getting into game development, or you just, you know, you're getting frustrated with it, just hold out as long as you can, because it just takes time. You just got to do it.